About 3 minutes till 6. The Share the Shoes campaign is underway, benefiting Zapatos. Zapatos works with schools to help kids get the shoes they need. Donations will be accepted until December 16th. You can drop them off at any of the SAPD substations. New socks are also being accepted. You can find more information about all this on the KSAT community page at ksat.com. Hope you will. Still ahead on the next hour of a morning show. You might think you're eating healthy, but are you really? What you need to know that can make a huge difference. Plus, Astros fans, you ready to celebrate that World Series win with the champs? We'll tell you what you need to know about Big Today's parade over in Houston. And up next, San Antonio FC, one win away from their own championship. What they need to do to take that final step. And TransGuide, the morning is going to be tricky, folks. And here's one of our problem spots tracking right now, 35 at Highway 90. We've had enough rain to cause some slick spots, and traffic is building on your early Monday morning. We'll be right back.
If you have anything, even if it's something small, if it could lead to any answers for us.
This morning, a local family feeling lost but not giving up after one of their own vanished a week ago. What they're doing to find answers.
Plus, things did not end well for a man who San Antonio police say set a car on fire and tried to rob some people at gunpoint. We'll tell you what happened next in just moments.
And a quick look out there with live cams starting off humid and spotty showers here and there. You might want to be careful on the roadways.
Live from KSAT 12. Good morning, San Antonio starts right now.
Sure does. Good morning, everybody. It's 6 o'clock on your Monday. It is November 7th.
Happy Monday. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for starting your week with us. It's going to be a little iffy on the roadways.
Grab your umbrella as you head out the door just to be safe. Mike is bookending our week with some interesting weather news, especially towards the latter half of the week.
Yeah, latter half of the week, we've got to take care of what's going on right now. First of all, latter half of the week is going to be fantastic. Not to give anything away with my enthusiasm, but okay, we've got, the camera, it just showed over there by the airport, no drops on the lens, but that's definitely the situation out there. 410 at I-10, the road is on the slippery side. Big picture, there's not really a heck of a lot out there, just a few of these light little sprinkly showers, but it's been, little spots here and there all morning long, so just assume that all of the roads are damp this morning, and as you can see, just a few of these light little sprinkles that are moving through town right now. We've got a few of them over there right around, say, 281 over by the airport or just north of the airport, and then just about Military at 1604. A couple of them on the west side, and yeah, there's that one little spot right there that's putting those drops on the camera lens over there, 410, or it's actually 10 right there at Callahan where the camera is, and then a few more further on out to the west. Got a couple of showers moving on through Bandera County, and then a few more heading in toward Medina Lake. This will be the situation all day long. Just little spots here and there. Some fog, not much. 6 miles visibility at New Braunfels, 5 Uvalde, 3 Victoria. Nothing real pea soup fog, but just kind of watch out for that. And where there's some of this fog, there may be a little bit of that mist if it's thick enough. Mold is on the moderate side. Updated count's going to come out in about an hour, hour and a half. Temperatures, we're in the mid 70s right now. May fluctuate a degree or two, but basically we aren't going to be dropping down. We're 20 degrees above the normal low temperature right now. And then we're going to make it up into the upper 70s today at noon. High temperature makes it into the mid 80s, so 10 degrees above normal. Plenty of humidity out there. Couple little sprinkly showers, just 1 or 2 of them. That'll be about the extent of it. We'll do the same thing tomorrow. We'll do the same thing Wednesday as well as Thursday. Then we've got that big front moving on through here. Temperatures are going to be dropping like a rock. Could we see some freezing readings by later in the weekend? Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Mr. Cavazos, what's going on?
Yeah, same thing, Mike, that we had over in the last hour. Problems along US 90 there at 35. That's a delay we mentioned a little bit earlier. Just notice, I'll step out of the shot so you can see those flashing lights out there on TransGuide. If you are traveling east along US 90, trying to get onto 35 northbound, look for some different routes this morning if you can. I'll be doing the same thing because we have a pretty big crash that's been reported. Been there for about half an hour or so. When you can see right now, traffic's not really moving along that area. So just something to keep on your radar if you plan on traveling in from Castroville or just anywhere from 90, perhaps into the downtown area. We'll keep a close eye on it. But again, as a reminder, just look at that mess there in the map. US 90 eastbound at 35, exiting to 35 northbound is where we see that delay already taking place. It's been a pretty busy morning. But as we're keeping a close eye on this particular situation, we've also spotted some progress right there along 37 northbound, where we had a second crash reported at South Cross Boulevard. Good news is I'm not seeing flashing lights out there, although it is still being reported by TxDOT. It looks like that crash may have already cleared out. So let's give you a wide look at the map now. While it has been a busy start, everywhere else is thankfully looking pretty quiet. And that's pretty much the same story if you're going to be traveling in from these communities along I-10. That journey from Bernie right now, 24 minutes is what you can expect to the downtown area. 281 southbound, seeing a little bit of a buildup already heading in from Bulverde, but I would say that's still no need to hurry. And 25 minutes, it's not too awful from New Braunfels on I-35 southbound this morning. Let's get it back here to TransGuide. Just not a good shot along US 90 at 35, but we're going to continue to watch these roads closely. Make sure you are doing the same. Mark, Steph.
Stephen, thank you. See you in a bit. A man is in the hospital this morning after a wild night ends in a shooting.
San Antonio police say that man set a car on fire and tried to rob a group of people. It happened just after midnight at the Perfect 10 Men's Club in the 100 block of Northwest Loop 410. Police say the suspect set a car on fire at a nearby gas station on Perrin Central Boulevard before stealing another car. The man then drove into the Perfect 10 parking lot, crashing into several parked cars. He then lowered his car window and tried to rob a group of people with a rifle. That's when police say a security guard saw the gun and shot the suspect in the head. That suspect was taken to the hospital in critical condition.
Meanwhile, a man was sitting on his porch on San Antonio's east side when he was shot in the leg overnight. San Antonio police say it happened just after 10 p.m. in the 800 block of Iowa near South Pine. SAPD says someone in a white vehicle drove by and started shooting. The man was hit and taken to a hospital. So far, there's no official word on his condition or any suspect information.
This morning, we are hearing from the family of a missing man. Bexar County Sheriff deputies and the family of 25-year-old Austin Travis Wiseman are asking for your help. He was last seen a week ago yesterday in Somerset near 9th and Somerset Road around 7 a.m. His family says that morning he had planned to make a stop at home before going to work, but he never got home. His family is concerned for Wiseman's safety. They say he is diagnosed with a serious medical condition that requires medication.
We are desperate. Again, like he stated, this is not normal behavior. We are in constant communication. We were together the whole day before.
He was last seen wearing a New York Mets baseball jersey with black pants and driving a 2013 red Cadillac ATS, license plate RJM 7823. The family says the rear camera is damaged and hanging from the car. If you know where Wiseman is, you're asked to call the sheriff's office at number 210-335-6000.
Well, tomorrow is the big day, the pivotal midterm elections.
As ABC's Justin Finch reports, with control of Congress on the line, presidents past and present are hitting the campaign trail in a final push to get voters to the polls.
Good morning. Both parties are dispatching their highest profile messengers to battleground states to win over voters on the issues polls show matter to them most, the economy and inflation. After months of campaigning, candidates and their surrogates making their closing cases in tightening contest. From the red-hot Senate races in Georgia.
Character matters. Truth-telling matters. Integrity matters.
We're in a spiritual battle right now, are we not?
To Arizona.
Do we think the red wave is dead?
To Pennsylvania.
The energy in Bucks County is just amazing.
President Biden joining former President Obama for a rare joint appearance.
Truth and facts and logic and reason and basic decency are on the ballot.
Former President Trump rallying with us.
This Tuesday, you must go out and vote Republican in this giant red wave.
President Biden reminding voters what's at stake.
It's a choice between two fundamentally different visions of America.
And many Americans are voting early, with more than 40 million ballots already cast, surpassing early voting numbers from the 2018 midterms. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
And back here at home, if you scan this QR code on your screen right now, it will take you to our election coverage page. There you will find everything you need to know before you head to the polls. KSAT will have complete coverage tomorrow night as the polls close, as well as complete results from the midterms Wednesday right here on GMSA.
Going to be a busy couple of days. Well, on a lighter note, we're week 2 of No Shave November, and the scruff, as we lovingly call it, is really starting to come in.
Very nicely. Stephen Cavazos joins us now to tell us how things are looking. Good morning, Stephen.
Whiskers for me. Every whisker counts. You guys have the
Every
scruff, I have the
whisker
whiskers, but that's okay. We all kind of have our teams. Mike always talks about team
Silver.
Silver, gray here.
Silver, gray,
All of the
white.
above.
Team whiskers over here.
Okay.
Mark.
Just Team Mark.
Team Mark. That'll do.
You know what, but we've been doing pretty fantastic. We're in day 7 of November, and our team has raised close to $2,000. So
awesome.
First, huge, big thank you to the community. But let's take a look at that leaderboard, because we here at KSAT, we love the bragging rights. David Sears, over the weekend, received a pretty generous donation, $500, which is
Put him
fantastic.
right into first place.
Yeah.
Right into first place, and that's fantastic. So thank you to that special donor, Mark Austin, right behind you, $355.
Stephen Cavazos in third with
And
$325.
third, $325.
Yeah.
Jonathan Gotha doing also pretty well,
Yeah.
$175. Max Massey right behind him at top 5. We got $125 for Max. I feel like I'm saying the lottery numbers right now.
I know. It kind of feels
Quite
like
a
that.
few.
Yeah, and Justin Horn tied with Max at 6 with $125 as well. But obviously, all the funds that we're raising right now are going to go back toward helping with these foundations, 13 cancer foundations for cancer research, treatment, and prevention, which obviously makes our mission so important here at Team KSAT. Our goal is to raise over $20,000, and we know we can do it whisker by whisker. So if you are at home right now, we're asking you to get your phones out, and you can snap a picture of this QR code. It's right there. That will take you directly to our KSAT No Shave page, and there you can learn more on how to donate. Donate to any one of these members of the team, and or as a team as a whole. Mike Oserange had to jump in the shot. He's making a plea for Team Gray Hair, Silver Hair. There he is.
Which is under Mike,
Team
right?
Whiskers, or just Team Mark. Steph, we're still needing to know who Steph's choice.
Who gets the rose?
Who gets the rose?
Who
from
gets
Steph.
the rose and win?
Yeah, again, special thank you to all
We
our
appreciate donations large and small, even for Mike Osterhage.
Yes.
Yes. Where'd he go now? Okay,
He's
you're
right there.
fast this morning. There he goes.
quick.
But thank you. If you go to my page, Mark Austin KSAT on No Shave, I list the donors several times a week. I list everybody that has donated. So
awesome.
a little wink, wink.
A little wink
Yes.
wink there.
Yep.
Yes.
As we jockey for position.
Yes.
Mike's forming a plan over there.
Yes, he is. 6'11", 74 degrees.
And still to come, San Antonio FC is one win away from their first championship. What they need to do to take the final step.
And the moon is about to pull off its final disappearing act for the next few years. We could expect to see the eclipse after the break.
And a quick look out there with live cam. Be careful on those roadways. Some of those streets are slick right now, 74 degrees and humid. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, 6:15. Looking ahead to tomorrow, you better catch the moon's disappearing act because there won't be another one like it for 3 years.
That's right. We're talking about the total lunar eclipse that will be visible throughout North America in the pre-dawn hours. The moon will appear as reddish orange during the event, and that's also known as a blood moon.
Total eclipse will last nearly an hour and a half from about 6:16 to 6:41 as the Earth passes between the moon and sun. As an added bonus, Uranus will be just visible about the moon, just about as much as the moon, and will look like a bright star.
You can read more about the eclipse right now over on our website at ksat.com. Can't help to think but the 80s song. With a total eclipse there.
I think they meant to write Uranus will be visible just above the moon and will
Above
look
the
like a bright star. Yeah.
Are you singing it?
What do you?
Total Eclipse of the Moon?
Yeah, total eclipse of the moon instead of the
Bonnie
heart.
Tyler.
Yeah, the 80s song.
Remember Total Eclipse of the Heart?
6:16, 74 degrees.
Let's check back with Stephen on this incident at I-35.
Help us,
Is that
please,
that
Stephen.
song, Turn Around?
Yes, that's it.
I know a few things over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have to keep our eye right here along 35 at US 90. Just not a good shot, unfortunately. We're taking a look at that crash. It is causing a lot of delays for drivers, and you can see they're trying to navigate through this tricky situation out there. First responders are out there. We have at least 2 police units, and if you can make it out there, we also have a fire truck that's being picked up from the TransGuide camera. So this is a pretty serious crash. We hope everyone's doing okay, but we know it's causing some issues for traffic. Let's get you to the map because we see that delay around US 90 eastbound, which if you are familiar with 90, it's one of those busy spots. We have a lot of people that make their way into the Alamo City, and because there's a crash there, it's causing some delays, especially for drivers trying to get along the I-35 northbound. You will see that. But right now, TxDOT has not listed any closures just yet, but you can see that a few lanes are still blocked off. We'll continue to keep a close eye on it, but thankfully everywhere else around the Alamo City, pretty quiet. So that's good news. And we're going to continue to watch the roads closely. Just, we'll take a step out of the camera here so you can just take that in. We'll continue to watch that road. And again, that crash along US 90 eastbound is causing some issues if you're trying to get onto I-35 northbound. But just make sure you can stay up to date with everything that we have. Head over to our website, or you can grab your phones right now. We have our QR code that just popped up on the screen, and that will take you to our KSAT traffic page. It has a full list of all the closures that are current, and it also has the updates that I've been posting along Twitter. We've been off to a pretty busy morning. So again, just scan that QR code, and that will take you directly to our KSAT traffic page for the very latest. But we'll watch the roads closely as well.
Thank you, Stephen.
Yes, thank you.
Roads are pretty much, even though it's not raining everywhere, we've had those little spots.
Yeah.
Pretty much all morning long. So just assume that the roads are definitely damp. Take it easy. Watch out for the school buses, temperatures. You don't need a jacket for warmth. I mean, the humidity it's like late summer kind of humidity.
It really is.
It just kind of hits you in the face when you step outside. But we will have a couple of showers, some patchy fog out there, and then 85 for a high temperature. So we're going to be about 10 above normal and a few sprinkles. Same thing tomorrow. Same thing the next day. So take a look at this picture. This will cheer you up a little bit. Look at these three. Yes, indeed. They were waiting for the Floresville Fido Fest, and it's Paisley, Draco, and Pancake.
Pancake.
They all just adore
It's right here on GMSA.
And just those faces just looking at you. Scan that QR code, send in some of those KSAT Connect pictures. Love those. All right, it is murky out there. We're not seeing any drops on the lens right now. And that's been the case all morning long, where it's been a couple little sprinkles here and there, off and on, and that's what's showing up on radar. Not really a heck of a lot. We've got a few more as far as some decent showers out here in portions of Bandera County, right around say Pipe Creek and Bandera Falls, all the sliding up to the north. Couple more out there to the west, and then a little closer into town, we've got just again these few little showers right here, and this is just to the west of 281 in Timberwood Park, right around Stone Oak, Reagan High School, a couple of those little showers out there, and Hollywood Park. Right there, just to the west of 281. Again, a few decent showers. That yellow and red indicate I don't want to necessarily say heavy rain. Now, Mark saw a good shower for about, 4 or 5 minutes earlier this morning. And then right over here, right by 35, and this is just near 410 South Cutoff. We've got a few more of those light little showers out there. That's the extent of it. But we'll continue to see these off and on, here or there, scattered about throughout the rest of the morning. Temperatures will stay steady all morning long. Ton of humidity. Some sunshine thrown on in. That may be generous with that graphic there, showing a little more sunshine, but a couple of sprinkly showers as well. 85 high temperature today, 10 above normal. Dew point temperatures, and therefore then that's how we factor relative humidity, are going to stay very high all the way through the rest of the week and then drop like a rock into Friday with a front that's going to be coming on through here. This low is going to, that trough digs out there to the west, then that starts to work its way in our direction. Ahead of it, very warm, very humid, and then as the low passes just to the north of us and it pulls down this front, and these upper level wind lines for us, they're coming sort of out of the west, a little bit slightly out of the north. So this air mass has a fairly decent cold chunk associated with it, some cold support behind it. So this is going to be some of the coldest temperatures we have seen around here, obviously, since way back last winter. 79 degrees today at noon, couple of showers, and then a high temperature today up to 85. A shower or two today, not many of them out there. Most are just going to be on the light nuisance side. Pretty much same thing tomorrow. If you're heading out to vote tomorrow early in the morning, it's going to be kind of messy, murky, and then 83 throughout the day. Same thing Wednesday, Thursday. Front comes through. Temperatures only upper 60s on Friday, mid 50s Saturday and Sunday. Very dependent upon cloud cover overnight. Break in the clouds, we're going to be seeing potentially some freezing temperatures in the hill country by Sunday morning.
Wow, that's a lot going on.
If the clouds decide to break up very nicely. So,
quick thank you to GMSA viewer and former U.S. Marine Eric Alva. Just donated $250
Wonderful.
to my show, No Shave November. Eric, thank you so much.
Awesome.
Buddy. Really appreciate that.
No, I'm joking saying that.
Thank you.
Eric, if you have any money left, again, send it to me. 621, 74 degrees.
And just ahead, San Antonio FC is one win away from their first championship. What they need to do to take home the title.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
We were so focused on the Astros this weekend. For the first time in franchise history, San Antonio FC will play for the USL Championship.
The Alamo City Club defeated Colorado Springs Switchbacks last night 2-0 at Toyota Field in the Western Conference Final.
And KSAT 12's Andrew Seeley was on hand and brings us more from the field.
SAFC's motto is finish the fight, and they certainly had to do that tonight against a very physical Colorado Springs team, but they got that all-important first goal and shut the Switchbacks down the rest of the way en route to their first Western Conference title.
I think goals change games. It was great timing for Connor Maloney to score his goal. It was amazing. We deserved it. We earned it. Western Conference champions. What makes this incredibly special is that we got to celebrate it in front of the best fans in the league, our fans, and there's a sense of pride and joy.
Santiago Patino tacked on the club's second goal in the 101st minute to provide the final margin. But the bigger trend, San Antonio's defense and goalkeeper Jordan Farr kept Colorado Springs off the score sheet for their second clean sheet of the playoffs.
We've done well. We've done really well in the playoffs. But there's three guys in front of me. You saw Carter and Fabian have to switch positions, and it's still the same result. Guys just absolutely working their butts off to make shots difficult, to make service difficult.
Yeah, every guy puts their body on the line, and that's really all you could ask for. We defend for our lives, from the forwards to the goalkeeper, and that's kind of been our thing all year. We've had, we tied in league history for shutouts, and we just really take pride in our defense because our defense creates our offense.
There's one more fight left to finish, this time with the USL Championship on the line. It'll be right here at Toyota Field next Sunday at 7:30 p.m. For Good Morning San Antonio, I'm Andrew Seeley.
And happening today, the city of Houston is celebrating the 2022 World Series winner with a big celebration parade. It's happening at noon downtown Houston. The parade will be about 3 miles long, and millions of people will be attending. School districts all over the city are canceling classes today. I was just checking out our sister station KPRC's social media pages, and they are updating school closures like it's a bad weather day.
Oh my
goodness. But it's all about the Astros and wanting to be there for the big celebration.
Yeah, good news, though, and what a fun Monday.
That's a fantastic way to start the week. 627, 74 degrees.
And still ahead at 6:30 as candidates rally supporters for Election Day. Some states are getting out messages of safe and secure voting. What some states are doing to follow through on those promises.
Katrina Weber is live on the north side after a bizarre series of events ends with a man being shot outside a gentleman's club. How all that unfolded, still ahead.
And a quick look at the roads with TransGuide looking over at the issues there at I-35 at Highway 90. Things are a little slow there. We will be checking back with our Steven Cavazos after the break.
Outside with Lycam, very humid, lots of clouds. We've had showers off and on all morning long. That is an interesting start to the week, but wait to see what's coming. Mike says the whopper of a cold front is on the way, and yes, you can order that your way.
That's right. We'll take it. Happy Monday. It is November 7th. Thanks for joining us. Can't wait for that cold front, but for now, we will deal with the humidity.
That's right. And we have some showers out there. We've had traffic troubles. We'll talk to Stephen about that in just a moment, especially about what's happening at 10 and I-35. But Mike joins us now.
Yes, indeed. Let's talk about the showers right now because roads are wet as you head out the door, and we are going to continue to see it kind of like this throughout the rest of the morning. You see 410 over there by the airport, the sheen off the roads. Not really kicking up any rooster tails, anything like that, but there is enough in the way of some moisture out there to just make it slippery. 72 is the dew point temperature, which means there's a ton of humidity out there. We stand at 75 degrees. That is more than 20 above the normal low temperature. As a matter of fact, closer to the normal high, and then add 10 to that later on this afternoon. So we're going to stay above normal not only today, but the next couple of days. Here's what's going on radar. And, you know, big picture, there's not obviously a heck of a lot out there. Just these few little scattered sprinkly showers and even a couple of decent spots of rain out there in Bandera County. One almost moving through Sabinal, crossing over at 90 right there. And then in and around town, we've got a couple of more of these showers that have started to pop up. One right here, just about to cross over 410 in between 281 and 35, and everything sliding up to the north, and a few more right around the downtown area. A couple of them there just crossing over 10 and heading in toward 35, sliding up to the north. And then, like I said, out there to the west of us, we've got a few more of those going on. So this will be the situation not only this morning, but like I said, later on this afternoon. A little bit of fog is showing up right now. Uvalde, New Braunfels, both at 5 miles visibility, and a bit more fog over there around Victoria. Mold is on the moderate side. The updated count's going to come out in about a half an hour. And warm, humid, couple of showers around this morning. Later on this afternoon, plenty of clouds. Basically hot and humid, mid 80s, and all of this just sultry humidity out there. Sprinkly shower too. Not much. Same thing tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we get into Friday. And yeah, as things are looking right now, this will definitely be sweater, jacket weather, big cold front. And depending on the cloud cover, late Saturday night, Sunday, a little iffy as of right now, might see clear out enough. We might see some freezing temperatures in parts of the hill country. It's going to be cold. Beautiful weekend forecast. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, I know you got some big problems out there, right, Steve?
Yeah, beautiful weekend ahead, but we have to get through this mess of a Monday that we have, Mike. Let's get a look there at TransGuide 10 at 35. Now, keep in mind, this is that same crash we talked about a little bit earlier along US 90 eastbound, but this is that area. There are a few TransGuide cameras out there, so we're able to get different views. Our friends over there have been pretty busy, so we want to thank them for being able to adjust a lot of these shots. But first responders have just had their hands full out there. Right now, no details, but this crash is serious enough to where it's causing a lot of delays for drivers. We hope everyone's doing okay, but let's just get you to the map because we see a lot of that busy red and yellow out there. And again, US 90 eastbound, if you're trying to get on a 35 north, you're going to have some trouble there, as you can see it. Now, TxDOT has not listed this area as closed off just yet, but we do know that there are a few lanes that are right now blocked due to this crash scene. So we're going to have to make sure that we watch it closely. If you do have to travel through the area, make sure to give those first responders plenty of room. Giving you a wide look at the map, things look pretty normal everywhere else now that we have that bird's eye view. US 90, though, if you are traveling in from Castroville, you're going to see the usual delay as you approach 1604. We see it along State Highway 151 as well as Loop 1604 on the northwest side and 35 northbound, or 35 near Live Oak and 1604 on the northeast side. So that's all normal, but it's been a pretty busy morning. We did have a few other crashes that have cleared out, so that's good. But the big one is going to be right there along 10 at 35. Just continue to watch that area closely. I don't think we're going to have a better update before the show wraps up, but you never know. So just make sure that you have some patience this morning as first responders work to get this scene under control. We'll watch it closely. Mark, stuff?
Thank you, Stephen. San Antonio police say a night of trouble involving one man has led to a morning in the hospital for him.
They say he was shot in the head by a security guard at a Northside strip club. Katrina Weber is live near Loop 410 and McCullough Avenue with that story.
And Katrina, you mentioned earlier that police have linked that man to a whole list of crimes.
That's right. Based on what they tell us, that list could include arson, criminal mischief, car theft, and the crime that they say led to the shooting here armed robbery. Now, the shooting happened here right outside Perfect 10, and we can still see signs of that violence on the ground, blood and broken glass. The police say the security guard told them he shot the man around 12:30 this morning when he saw him using a rifle to rob someone in the parking lot. The man was wounded in his head and rushed to a hospital. But just before the robbery and shooting, police say that same man had been causing some damage here, crashing into cars outside the strip club. They believe he had made his way here after yet another crime. They say he had set fire to a car at a gas station over on Perrin Beidel Road. Police say that burned car and the one that the man was in when he was shot here, both were stolen. And the last word we had from them is that man was in critical condition at a hospital. Reporting live on the north side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Katrina, thank you. Another shooting investigation is underway. This one happened just after 11:30 on Dahlgren near Castroville Road. Police say a man was rushed to a hospital after being shot in the leg. We're told the man who pulled the trigger ran off.
An Amber Alert continues here in San Antonio. It is for the abduction of 13-year-old Joanna Luna. She was last seen in the 11,000 block of Springdale Drive back on August 20th. Officials believe the suspect involved is 17-year-old Richard Rodriguez, who also goes by Javier. Department of Public Safety issued the alert after someone sent in a tip that they saw Luna in a U-Haul. DPS says the pair, they were seen in a U-Haul truck with Arizona license plates that read AE4438. You're asked to call the San Antonio Police Department's Missing Persons Unit if you have any information. That number on your screen right now, 210-207-7660. And San Antonio police are still looking for a suspect involved in a deadly shooting at a morning church service. It happened yesterday, just after 10:30 a.m. outside the church on South W.W. White Road near Rigsby Avenue. When police got there, they found the man dead. They believe the man was leaving his car when a suspect who was standing in the parking lot began firing at him with a rifle. The victim's passengers were able to run inside the church. The suspect took off.
San Antonio police and Crime Stoppers are still trying to solve a murder case that happened over a year ago. 22-year-old Troy Lee was killed back on June 28th of 2021 in the 6100 block of Ingram Road in front of the Hilltop Oaks apartments. When officers arrived, Lee was already unresponsive. He was taken to a hospital where he died from stab wounds. If you have any information on this case, call Crime Stoppers at 210-224-STOP. You could be eligible for a cash reward for the information you provide. Well, as you know by now, tomorrow is Election Day.
As candidates rally supporters, some elections officials are getting out messages of their own. The main message is a campaign for public confidence. Georgia has a new elections app that allows people to call in law enforcement or report voting issues. The Secretary of State there has said his family endured threats after he upheld the results of the 2020 presidential race. The Michigan Secretary of State says her department will have more partners in the field tomorrow than any past election.
Our priority is making sure that just as our elections always have been safe and secure and accessible to all, that they will be again on Tuesday.
Polls indicate most voters are looking at the economy right now as the most important issue.
If you scan this QR code right now, it'll take you to our election coverage page. Also look for complete coverage tomorrow as the polls close, and we'll have the results for you Wednesday morning right here on GMSA.
Time now, 6:40 and 74 degrees for now.
You might think you're eating healthy, but are you really? After the break, what you need to know that could make a huge difference. 6:43, eating healthier can sometimes be easier said than done.
Definitely. Now a new research effort is turning what you thought you knew about nutrition on its head.
Max Massey explains.
When it comes to healthy foods, you might think you know, but new research shows you might have no clue. For instance, what's a healthier choice? Chocolate ice cream or granola bar?
Which is healthier? Depends on the brand, I guess.
Probably a granola bar because it's got oats and honey.
Wrong. That's according to a new food compass. A team of researchers from Tufts University spent about 3 years studying more than 8,000 foods. They scored them according to 54 attributes. Those included ingredients, additives, and protein. According to their high-tech rating scale, ice cream scores 35 points, while granola bars, just 15 points. What about rice versus French fries?
I would have said both of them are not really that healthy, but I would eat both.
Wrong again. French fries scored 8 times more points than white rice. Some other surprising winners: couscous scoring better than bacon, pancakes from a fast food restaurant outscoring a ham and cheese omelet, and a bowl of Cheerios ranked higher than multi-seed bread by 49 points. And one more, what wasn't surprising: unprocessed, nutrient-dense foods like veggies, fruits, and nuts, well, they received some of the highest scores, and those sweet desserts and fizzy drinks, they scored the lowest.
And here's one for coffee lovers. While some always consider a shot of espresso a healthier option, the Food Compass gave a skim milk cappuccino 73 points, while an espresso earned just 55 points. Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
6:45.
Yeah, just don't take my coffee away. Let's look out the roads with Trent's Guide. Check in with Stephen Cavazos.
Don't advise it, people. Don't do it to.
And I would say make sure you're not drinking that coffee if you have to travel through here. Both hands on the wheel, both eyes on the road. This is not a good situation. 35 there at US 90. You can see that backup. This is something we've been talking about for over an hour now. I mentioned that crash is reported in the eastbound lanes of US 90, but anytime that incident pops up there, or any incident that pops up, we're going to have a situation like this that takes place. And unfortunately, it's just not really improved. Now that we're in morning rush, we're seeing more of that delay. Let's just get you to the map. US 90 eastbound, as you exit at 35 northbound, you're going to have trouble there because we do have that crash that's been reported. We have a lot more red and orange that's building out there. So just something that you have to be on the lookout for as you get your morning started, especially if you're going to be traveling into the Alamo City. Just make sure you give yourself plenty of patience this morning. Give you a wide look at the map. Everywhere else, not really a whole lot to talk about. You can see, though, we have the usual slowdowns in those hot spots. A little further down US 90, we have that slowdown that's taking place as commuters are making their way into the Alamo City northwest side near 1604, as well as 35 near the northeast side. But the big problem will be right back over here along US 90 at 35, an area that I'm sure we're going to continue to talk about throughout Good Morning America.
Quick No Shave update. Generous viewers, right?
Generous viewers. Mike Osterhage now jumped to the lead, received a $1,500 donation.
Patricia Ty, thank you very much. And that's what's that do for our?
Thanks to Patricia's generosity and your donor as well, Mark, we jumped from number 16 in the country, our team. Now we're at number 4. Wow. $3,720. So thank you again to those donors this morning. Continue to send in those donations. Remember, ksat.com/no-shave. And then I guess I got to put the call out there for Team Whiskers. I only got a few, but hey, it's all for good cause. Cancer, raising awareness and obviously treatment and prevention. So thank you again.
Right, 13 different organizations.
13 different nonprofits. So it's going to help out a lot of people.
Thank you, Patricia Ty lunch.
Yes, you do. And dinner.
All right, speaking of lunch, went out to Worst Fest on Saturday. The weather was absolutely, it was a perfect day. Look at those blue skies out there.
You said it was packed.
This was when we got there early. There were, I think, 5 million people there. Literally, because everybody enjoyed the weather. The food was fantastic. I mean, the bratwurst, the mustard, the imported beer, the apple strudel from Naeglin's. It was just a little bit of heaven out
You're
there,
so happy you're about to yodel.
I know. Just about. I don't want to scare people off, though. So it's not going to be, great outdoor weather this week. We'll have, warm, humid conditions. This weekend, though, head on out there again. That's the new building, of course, after it burned down a couple of years ago. But it was just beautiful to be out there. Saw a lot of people that were viewers, so good seeing y'all. Okay, out there by the airport, as you can see, it is lightening up, but still just a murky sort of a morning going on. We still have plenty of these light showers around here. And take a look at, first of all, everything is sliding pretty much straight up to the north, and just these very light little sprinkly showers moving on through the area. And as you can see right here in and around the Pearl, let me stop this so we can see what's going on where, right around Terrell Hills, a couple of these little showers. They're just about to cross 10 right there by 35 by the AT&T Center and north of there. Coming in on the south side right along 37, a couple of these sprinkly showers as well. And then elsewhere, again, scattered about. The big picture of things, there's not really much going on out there. Right around Divine, crossing 35, a couple of these showers, and further out in portions of the hill country. Got a couple of decent showers that are out there and decent downpours in Bandera County, now sliding up into Kerr County. So if you're going out 10, you're going to be running into some of those. Few and far between, but we've had a lot of these sprinkles all morning long, so the roads are definitely damp. We're at 75 right now, 20 degrees or more above respective normal low temperatures, closer to the high, and these dew point temperatures are well up in the 70s. 42 degrees higher than what it was at this time yesterday. That's how much the humidity increased throughout the day yesterday as going into today. And then temperatures stay steady this morning. We'll still have a couple of these little sprinkly showers later on this afternoon. We make it up, well, they gain 10 degrees throughout the course of the day. 85, still about 10 above normal. And as far as the humidity, like I said, outdoor, I'm going to Worst Fest this week. Yeah, there's going to be a couple little sprinkles here and there with all this humidity, but this weekend humidity drops off like a rock, and it is going to be really nice out there. Going to be chilly out there. 79 degrees today at noon. Couple of showers, and then high temperature today up to 85. A shower or two here or there. That's going to be the situation tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, just one or two of the little sprinkly showers. Very warm, very humid. Front comes through early Friday. Winds pick up, and again, maybe a sprinkly shower. Temperatures will stay steady on Friday, right around upper 60s, and then 55 Saturday, 60 Sunday. Bit more in the way of sunshine. If we clear out enough Saturday night, could actually touch freezing in low-lying areas of the hill country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good change.
The boss is watching. She says, wow, guys, that's fantastic. Hashtag Team KSAT.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you, Bernice.
Yes,
right now,
thank you.
6:51, 74 degrees.
And Election Day is almost here. Coming up tomorrow on GMSA, everything you need to know before you head to the polls to cast your vote.
Outside with Live Cam, thanks so much for starting your day with us here on GMSA. Much more to come, including an update on those traffic troubles we've been seeing now for, it seems like, well over an hour.
Time check, we're approaching 6:55. If you plan to head out the door in the next few moments, then your travels are going to take you through US 90 East. Expect those delays. We have a crash that's been lingering around for at least over an hour, and we notice that it's causing a backup for drivers that are even trying to get into the northbound lanes of 35. We have several cameras that are capturing this incident right now, thanks to our friends at TransGuide, but just keep in mind, this is going to be in those eastbound lanes, as I mentioned, and it has not improved, unfortunately. We're in a very busy time right now, so you can expect to see those delays last for a little while. Giving you a wide look at the map. Thankfully, no weather problems are being reported, but it does look like a crash may have just popped up along 281. We have been off to a busy start, but we're going to continue to watch the roads closely. Let's give you one last look here at the mess along US 90 there, 35, an area that we'll continue to talk about throughout the morning, Mike.
We've had light showers all morning long. Just assume most of the roads are damp because at some point or another, a shower has moved over much of the metropolitan area. We still have a few of these light sprinkles out there. Heading out 10 in toward Bernie, just past there, you can see a few more okay downpours and just the light stuff out there. Maybe a lot of light little sprinkles and mist. 75, we are more than 20 degrees above normal, closer to the normal high temperature right now. That's like early August kind of temperatures. 85 for a high, a few sprinkles, just one or two of them out there. Same thing tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. Then Friday, we are looking at a big front to move through here and a good fall chilly weekend.
True November.
Yep.
Yeah. We enjoy
Thank
it.
you, Mike.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you back here at 9.
Good Morning America is next.